Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing presented by National Weather Service Pocatello for Monday, January 2nd. Here's what you'll see in this presentation. The winter storm that gave us a snow and rain the last 2 or 3 days has finally moved out this morning from the Bear Lake Basin. Light snow will continue in that southeast corner of the state, and northwest to west wind that brought in some cold air. That cold air will continue to funnel in through Tuesday. Producing some areas getting below zero and temperatures struggling to get out of the 30s. The cold spell ends Wednesday, though, led by clearer skies and a slowly shifting wind direction. By Wednesday night, we'll be in southwesterly flow with the next storm ready to come in. We are expecting light winds during this time and just some low-level moisture that will bring low clouds and fog, and that could bring some slick ice deposits in the form of freezing fog for road surfaces and such. The next winter storm moves in from the west. It will shift the wind to the south and southwest. This should bring snow. Could start as early as late Wednesday night, and definitely should be here on Thursday. All right, so let's see. First, the satellite image here. You can see the storm that brought us all that weather is slowly headed towards the Four Corners area. It's still shooting up some cloudiness, but you can see a lot of our area now clearing out, and with those clearer skies, temperatures are dropping. Stanley this morning is at 9 below zero, as we'll see in a little bit here. Other places getting below zero as well, or near zero. And those clouds will continue to dissipate and die off for the rest of our forecast area. All right, so here's our outlook chart. You can see not much happening outside of the southeast highlands, and that would be for today, where you still could get some light to moderate snow, but elsewhere it's just slight chance to chance snow that lingers into Tuesday. And Wednesday, mostly slight chances of snow. A lot of this is based on the fact that there'll be a lot of stratus and fog around, and we could get some ice crystals and snow to actually fall out of that in what we call a cedar feeder event. But for the most part, you can see it's widespread slight chance of snow for most locations, just the Wood River and Sawtooth area looking at anything more significant than that. Then our storm comes in on Thursday with a switch to a southerly flow. Temperatures will warm up, and they'll be in the some places nearing 40 degrees, other places in the upper 30s, and so rain is likely in a lot of locations, changing over to snow later on Thursday night. The only place that's really definite is the South Hills. Everywhere else, though, it is likely. Same for the Wood River and Sawtooth area. So basically our western zones that border on our sister offices, Boise's area, and then it slowly transitions to a chance of rain and snow the further north or further east you get. And then that storm will be, the bulk of it will be on Thursday and Thursday night, when it will change over to snow for a lot of locations. Then on Friday, you can see the snow lingers everywhere except for the Magic Valley, at least at a slight chance level. And then in the eastern and southeast highlands, it hangs on at a chance level. All of this, as you'll see, I think because a lot of it is rain, at least especially on Thursday, is that we're not seeing a whole lot of snowfall accumulation. We'll take a look at that. That's why the areas are still considered green. But we'll start with this morning here. The temperatures, you can see Stanley expected to get to 11 below zero later this morning, and then start to warm up. Again, the purple area is bitter cold, and single digits in these darker blue areas. And you can see that spills out into the Snake River Plain. All right, so for today, you can see the high pressure has moved in. That low is moving off. This snow has all happened basically between midnight and 5 a.m., and it's moving out. Here's what may linger this afternoon. It's less than an inch for Soda Springs, Montpelier area. And again, this morning, High temperatures, you can see it's struggling with the northerly wind. A lot of temperatures, basically it's all staying in the middle to upper 20s. Even places like Chalice only getting to the teens after a very cold start. And then low temperatures for tonight, you can see the return of below zero, especially in the Alpine basins in the central Idaho mountains. But even in places like Arco and on the INL property, places are getting to near zero. Okay, then some really light snow possibilities, mostly again because of the stratus and the fog that will be lingering around, and it's not going to be amounting to much of anything. Again, so the temperatures are kind of more important. Again, you can see cold temperatures here on Tuesday for a lot of locations. Some places warming up, though, in the central Idaho mountains. They're finally getting some pretty good sunshine, and some of them will actually see some temperature rises compared to Monday. And then overnight on Tuesday night, you can see temperatures not quite as cold, as temperatures do slightly warm for the afternoon. And we do have some clouds moving in, which will help. And then here on Wednesday, you can see high pressure is definitely in place. No expected snow over us at all. The only thing we may have to deal with is fog and stratus, especially in valley locations, and that would include the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley. So the temperatures here, you can see they're starting to make a rebound. Burley actually could get above freezing. Most other locations, though, are back into the middle to upper 20s. And then overnight lows Wednesday night. You can see mostly the below zeros moved away. We have a lot of single digits still, especially out on the Arco Desert. And then teens until you get to the Pocatello area where it's overnight lows still expected to be fairly mild as clouds move in, especially in the southern areas. All right, so on Thursday, this is a 24-hour snow total from midnight to midnight on Thursday. You could see all those hours and nothing more than Sun Valley having 2 to 3 inches, and maybe 3 to 6 in the mountains in the higher elevations surrounding the Wood River Valley. So that's not a whole lot. And even in places like the Bear River Range down in southeast Idaho, it's barely getting to 2 to 4. And then high temperatures on Thursday, again, you can see why. There's lots of areas getting above freezing here, so there will be some partial melting. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number here at the lower center part of your screen, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for listening.